ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Just Plain Living. I'm John Gray.
Good morning, John Gray, Peggy Burton.
And I'm Jim Fuller.
Jim Fuller's the only one who's doesn't have some kind of...
Not sick.
Yeah, I don't know what you guys have been doing.
No, we're going to try not to breathe on you.
Yeah.
Everybody's got it.
Yeah, it's around. It's that time of year
and
to be.
The flu virus has been really bad this year. We've lost 11 people, maybe more, in Tennessee.
Something like that, yeah.
So take your flu shot.
New kind.
Absolutely.
They say that if you take the flu shot, it really doesn't kick in for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But after 2 or 3 days, it helps. Have you had a flu shot?
No, I've
You
never
should have
taken a
one.
flu
They're
shot.
free right now.
I've never done it.
You've never taken a flu shot? How about you?
I always take a flu shot. I had the flu one time,
It's a
and
killer.
I don't want it again.
It's a killer. It really is.
I think
Well, it is a killer.
Yeah, it is definitely. And plus,
that's my medical
now we have
advice.
the H1N1 variety, which is worse than the regular flu. So anyway.
And they say that this flu medication that they're giving does hit that virus, which is
Yeah, sort of. You may still get it, but it's a lot easier on you if you
so I
get it and
personally
have the
lost the
vaccine.
weekend. How about you?
Pretty much.
Just-
Much.
And I know there was lots of stuff happening. I'm sure there was.
Not a whole lot this week.
I missed it.
Not a whole lot.
Well,
We're just getting ready to ramp up into non-profit January and February, where everybody starts having their events to raise money.
Yeah.
well, you know, we're not actually having an event to raise money at the Civic Center. We're having an event to make people happy. You know?
Well, we'll have an event to raise money in June.
I know.
Big event.
But we're, you know, we want to raise money. I mean, let's face it, we want to pay for our events.
Well, maybe people will just send you a
Always.
check without you prompting them to. You think that'll
That'd be
happen?
nice.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's probably not.
That'd be nice.
Probably
But there
not.
are 2 events at the Civic Center this weekend,
This
that
weekend,
are
a big weekend. I'm excited
exceptional.
about it. Saturday night we have T.S. Monk and a big jazz event with a reception prior to and music and great art. Michael Bush is coming over.
Yeah, I saw Michael down in Bell Buckle this past weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he said he was coming up Friday, I believe,
Coming up
to
Friday at 10 o'clock.
bring some stuff.
And I'm excited about that because he's very interesting, very different.
Michael Bush is an incredible individual. He is an artist, but he also painted for the movies.
I know.
Painted
Yeah.
movie sets and stuff like that. We've had him. on
We've
the
had
show.
it. Yeah, I started to say
Yeah.
we've had him on the show before.
He's
haven't we?
a very
and
unique individual.
all of his stuff is very unique too.
He's going to bring his musical paintings for us.
Right, right.
I think he's done a lot of instruments,
Yes,
and I love that.
yes.
And then we have, during the reception, Tom Brees will be playing some jazz music. And then, of course, the big event on stage is what I'm excited about. T.S. Monk and his combo coming out of New York City Saturday morning. I hope their plane makes it.
Yeah, yeah.
It's quite an accomplishment for us to have someone of that caliber.
You know what would be, I think would be really, really cool is he's a teacher as well and has his own academy.
Yes.
And I think it would be really cool sometime when we have someone of that caliber coming to town, and it's all about sponsorships. You know, to find someone who would bring him in a couple of days early
And
where he could go
work with students.
to students and all, because we have some exceptional musical students in
I
this
know.
town. And wouldn't it be great if they could spend a day or a half a day with somebody like that?
That would be awesome.
It'd be
And
great.
I'm hoping that they will come to the event. In
Right.
fact, if you're a jazz student, we might could get them into sound check just to watch
Right.
what goes on.
What goes on there.
Anyway,
And then on Sunday, Rooster and the Red Maiden are having their first concert at South Jackson. It'll be Jacob Gray and Cindy Jolly, locally grown. They have a 13-piece orchestra that they're setting up in there. And it will be a musical variety show.
and it starts at 2:30.
Starts at 2:30, and I guarantee you'll enjoy it. So you can spend Friday night or Saturday night and Sunday afternoon at South Jackson.
Yes,
Hear
you
just
can.
all kinds of music.
Who gave them that name, locally grown? Because grown is spelled G-R-O-A-N,
Well,
right?
they started out being locally grown, and Fran is real classy, and she thought, well, wouldn't it be cool if it was grown? Isn't it Fran that came up
I
with
don't know.
G-R-O-A-N? Because they wanted to do comedy, and
Yeah,
I love that.
where you
yeah.
grown with laughter.
Yeah, right. I like
So,
that. That's a cool
A
name.
little bit different. You got to have some shtick in all this stuff to make.
And the beauty
make
of all
people
this
think.
is you can have this whole entire weekend for $20 per month, and I believe it's
15 for locally grown, yeah.
grown. And I guarantee you can't see T.S. Monk in New York City for $20.
No, heavens
Won't happen. And anyway, I hope you will come out.
Okay.
I had the opportunity last night to go to the Tullahoma High School Wildcat football banquet and celebrating their 2013 season. And of course, we're always involved in high school football here at Charter Channel 6. And it was the awards banquet, and I've got some video, but I didn't have time between then and now to work that up. But I just want to give you a couple of the awards. The Ken McMurtry Booster Award went to Holly Lawson, and she's the secretary of the quarterback club. The Lions Club Award went to Cole Potter. The Frank Mullins Award went to Tim Lemon. The Jason Few Award went to Riley Darden. And the Coaches Award went to Cody Michael. And the Tullahoma Radio Wildcat Award went to Josh Duncan. Now the Players Pick Awards, Awards, which is really pretty cool because, you know, when the guys that you play with pick you, that's a special thing. The Players Awards were Skill Player was Cole Potter, Special Teams Joey Ortiz. Offensive and Defensive Line Award went to Tim Lemon. One guy won both Offensive and Defensive Line Awards.
Because most of them play both ways these days, don't they?
Yeah. And Defensive Skill was Aaron Gray. And the thing that's interesting about this is Cole Potter, Riley Darden, and Aaron Gray are all juniors. And usually that doesn't happen, that they get those kind of awards.
Well, those people are to be congratulated.
Very much so. And you know, I think it's important that, you know, a lot of times you say, well, these awards need to go to seniors. But how do you know that this junior kid who's played exceptionally is not going to get hurt next year and not be able to play?
So
and never get an award when they was deserved.
Best.
You know, so I think it's good that these young men pick the ones that
sure. And
show
that's quite
up
an
and
honor
work
when you're
hard
a junior,
every day, and that's a good deal. And of course, we had looked at. There's a Pirates hat right there.
It's a good looking hat.
You understand that's there because Tullahoma High School's Bryan Morris, who is a Major League Baseball pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates, is in town this week, and Brian's going to come by and visit with us.
Awesome.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
You know, that's a great thing. I mean, we have somebody from Tullahoma High School pitching in the major league.
Exactly.
And they had a great run this
There must
year.
be something about this area here, you know, because we've had a few athletes through the years that have actually made the major leagues, you know, which is unusual.
Good parenting and
good athletes.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy to be a
Dan Lawson says he deserves the credit because
a good super.
It's easy to be a good coach when you've got a stable of good athletes.
It does help, doesn't it?
I guarantee
you know, we
that.
have had some exceptional people come out of Tullahoma High School. So, Dan, I'll give you a heads up before you get up here. We might just go over that a little bit here, you know, some of the exceptional people that have come out of Tullahoma High School.
But one of the things that took place last night that I was very touched by, John Olive is an exceptional man. We are so fortunate to have a leader like that in our community that can take our young men and mold them into men of the future through athletics. But that's not done without a lot of help. And we lost three folks this year that have given untold amounts of time and money to the football program, and that's Gary Hall, Sleepy McKenzie, and Koozie Moore.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And John had a great a great segment last night, honoring those three people, and I would be remiss if I didn't bring that up right now, because
great individuals.
Great individuals who were selfless in many, many ways to promote sports in Tullahoma. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
John, if I might want to congratulate, since now we're doing high school football for 3 schools, and you guys moved me over into the Shelbyville arena this year, but Shelbyville coach Jason Hardy was selected Coach of the Year by the Tullahoma News. So congratulations to the Shelbyville head coach, Jason Hardy.
Very good season.
Yeah.
I called yesterday. Did you see Peyton Manning's speech after he won that ball game?
The only part I remember is he said, I need a Bud Light or something.
He said the most important thing to me right now is to get my lips around the Bud Light.
Right.
I called Bob Hennigan yesterday over at L&H, and I said, just how much is that going to cost Budweiser for him to say that? And he just laughed. He laughed and he said, well, Peyton is an owner of the distributorship in Memphis.
No kidding.
An undisclosed percentage owner. And so the Book of Manning, I guarantee you, he's got pizza and beer. What more could a person want? Huh? But
and he's apparently got good sense too. So he runs this for all it's worth, and I congratulate him because.
And I congratulate him as well for winning that first game in the playoffs.
Yes.
And I hope he takes it all the way to the finish line.
Somebody, I was driving before the game on that was on Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. I was driving back to the office, and some sports guy, and sometimes I'm amazed at sports guys. They really don't know half of what they're talking about. Some sports guy was running him down, Manning, talking about he can't win the big one. He throws like a girl, and all this kind of stuff. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The guy threw for 55 touchdowns this year and some kind of record number of yards.
He's had the greatest season this year that anyone's ever had playing professional football.
Yeah, exactly. So if you throw like a girl, maybe everybody ought to be doing that. I will concede that Peyton kind of runs like a girl, but when he does, it usually works for him. So
and
I don't know how you argue with success.
He can't run
like
much anyway.
Right.
They've got him hobbled up. I mean, he's got blocks of wood, looks like he has taped around his legs, But that's enough about that. What we're going to do right now is get on into today's show. Folks, we appreciate you being here. Stay tuned for this quick commercial message, and we'll be back with today's Just Plain Living.
With over 30 years experience servicing the Tullahoma area, Mike's Tire, Brake, and Muffler has become a household name in Middle Tennessee. As a family-owned business, Mike and his wife Lisa, along with their sons Jamie, Justin, and Jody, have assembled a crew that delivers quality service to go with quality products. As the only authorized Michelin and Goodyear dealer in Tullahoma, they have become the tire store of choice, being named the Tire and Brake Store of the Year multiple times. They also rent Penske trucks and are an interstate battery dealer. So if you need tires, brakes, mufflers, a battery, or maybe rent a truck, go to the place you can trust. Call Mike's Tire, Brake, and Muffler at 931-455-5150, located at 732 North Jackson in Tullahoma, Tennessee.
If you're looking for fuel, food, or fun, don't forget the Dameron Brothers stores. The Shortstop has fuel, food, and beverages. The Breeze Inn Market has party supplies, beverages, and the area's best selection of premium cigars. The Liquor Locker carries all of your favorite brands of wines and spirits. So for all your party needs, Jeff and Jay say, come on by, and thank you for the support of our businesses. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
All right, folks, we're here today with Chief Paul Blackwell, and he's here to bring us our police pointers for this week. And Paul, how you doing this morning? Everything okay?
Doing great. Every day's a good day.
Every day's a good day. 2014. You know, do you change the way you operate very often? I mean, do y'all restructure? I know you're always looking to the future and things that you can make better. Mm-hmm. Do you have any specific goals or plans that are a little bit different for this year than we had last year?
Some of those basic goals, like crime prevention, reducing traffic accidents, those are standards. Those are things that we want to continue to see decreases in. We know eventually we may hit that bottom where we can't decrease anymore.
Right.
But each year, those are some of our primary focuses. Of course, reduce the crime rate. That enhances our quality of life, and that's what we want to do in this community. Traffic enforcement is going to always be a continual thing. But each year we look for what do we want to accomplish this year, or what special project do we have maybe this year.
Right.
And it's kind of like a wish list. You make that wish list of things you'd like to do, and then start prioritizing which ones can we do short term, what are long term ones. And
I would guess too that technology brings about change whether you want it or not sometimes, because there's new technology that rolls in that you decide, yeah, we really need this can help us. Mm-hmm. And it might change the way you do things to a certain extent.
And it does. Every day goes that I'll either get an email or a mailing about some new gadget, some new toy.
Right.
And you think, boy, that'd be nice to have, but is it really practical? Do we need it? So we do a lot of that kind of evaluation. We have our computers in our cars, and got one that is out to be repaired now, and they gave us a quote on repairing, and we think, well, it's a 2 or 3 year old laptop. Do we put that money into repairing it, or do we look at some of the new technologies, the small iPad type stuff, that type thing?
And just to give people an idea, because we think that people probably know, but when you buy something like that, how many officers do you have? So you don't just have to buy one, you've got to buy whatever this technology is, you have to buy.
That's right. We've got 37 officers, 28 that work the road, that are patrolmen, that are in uniform driving a marked car. Each one of them has a computer in their car. We have our detectives that have offices, so each one of them has to have a computer. The support staff, myself and the other leaders, have to have computers. So we have at a minimum of 37 computers, and we have to have standby. So if one breaks down, we've got to be able to replace it. So technology, then you add in there all the other things that might go with that: printers, air cards, everything. Technology is a pretty expensive endeavor.
So this new toy you're talking about that you might want to have, you don't get one or two of them, you have to get 37 of them.
Or several.
Or 25 of them.
Enough that what we call sometimes hot seating.
Right.
So if we have something that we only have a limited number of, they get used by one officer, he passes it off to another. Things of it, like our tasers. We don't have a taser for each officer, so we have to hot seat them. And of course, when you use them 24/7 like that, the lifespan is decreased. So we may have to replace them. So it's constantly looking at those type of things, as well as what are our objectives for next year.
Well, I'm going to ask an old ignorant boy question here.
All right.
In Tullahoma, Tennessee, how often do you use a taser?
Of course, I'm going to throw an average out there, but it might be once a month. Because there's some people that just won't comply with instructions.
Won't go down or get in the car or whatever. Yeah.
And the good thing about tasers is they've added an additional avenue for officers where before you either used a baton or a nightstick or you went to hands-on and had to fight them. You know, so the taser offers another alternative there that is probably
protects the officer.
It protects the officer, and it's been shown that it's not. The taser is not intended to kill somebody.
Right.
It's only intended to incapacitate them for a short amount of time, and you get over it, and you move on, and you learn. I don't want to that happen again.
I don't want that again.
Right. So, and if the officers use the taser, it's quite a bit of documentation. They have to document the whys they did it, the reaction, you know, several things. So it's not that it's just an easy thing if someone says, well, I'll just tase them, and you know, because there's a lot that goes with that.
Okay, so back to goals.
What we're going to do this year
for 14.
Right. Our resolutions, maybe if you want to call it that. And I say 2014, we operate on 2 different cycles. We operate off a budget cycle, which is July to June for the money purposes.
Right.
We work from January to December for statistical purposes. So, you know, sometimes I have to, you know, am I looking at calendar year 2014 or fiscal year 2014? This case, I'm looking at calendar year because it's some goals that we want to reach. The first being in March, we're going to have our first Citizens Police Academy. Excited about that because it's an opportunity for members of the community to come and spend 10 weeks with us and find out a little bit about how we operate, why we operate, have a few hands-on scenario type things, and to allow for questions and answer, so that when that 10-week program is over, we'll have citizens that can say, I see it from their side now. So we're excited about that. That's our first major event for the year. Then in the spring, later in the spring, we have 4 officers that are going to go off to Franklin, Tennessee, and a week's class in mountain bike for police officers, how to ride a mountain bike. So we'll send those 4 officers out to get certified. They'll come back and we'll use them in community events, maybe the parade, and then we'll go to the crime fighting aspect and put them out there on their bicycles where a car can't get to. Greenway, housing projects, housing apartments.
Well, no, we had bicycle patrolmen in the past.
Years ago, and we're reinvigorating it.
Good.
Getting new equipment, you know, officers that want to do it and understand why we're going to do it, and then using them. It's one thing just to say we've got them, it's another to use them.
Okay.
So we're going to put them to use.
All right, what's the next one?
Last night at the board of mayor and aldermen, they voted to support the erecting of a police memorial. So we'll start working on that. We have the police chaplains that have agreed to spearhead the fundraising.
Very good.
So as a police chief, I don't think I should ever ask anyone for money.
Right.
So I had to find someone that would be willing to spearhead it.
Yes.
And the chaplains are going to do that for us. And we're hoping that we'll have the sufficient funds raised and the monument in place for May 15th of this year, which is Police Memorial Day.
Very good.
We've had 5 officers lost in the line of duty in Tullahoma.
Right.
That's a large number since 1934. And there's not a thing in the city that recognizes their service. So
we need that.
That's a major event that we want to see accomplished this year.
Good.
So those are the 3 things that I could actually say in black and white. These are things we are going to do this year. And then our I don't say normal, I don't want to say routine, our daily events will be that traffic enforcement, crime prevention, recognizing who our criminals are and going after them.
Okay.
So it's going to be a busy year. Every year is busy.
There you go. But we appreciate what you do, Paul, and what you bring, the professionalism you bring to our community, and thank you.
Well, and my last thing, I am the Tullahoma Chief of Police. I encourage people to call me. If they have issues, let me know. And then, we'll talk about it and we'll handle it.
Right.
Nobody should walk away saying they won't do anything, or who do I talk to? There's an open invitation. You call me,
right.
and sometimes I may have to give you to another supervisor,
Right.
because if it's something I'll hear in the end, I'd rather it work its way through the channel.
Right.
But we work for the citizens, the Tullahoma Police Department, and we've got to be ambassadors.
There you go.
We've got to be out there.
All right, Paul Blackwell.
Thank you.
Good luck, 2014.
Thank you,
my friend.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome to Merle Norman, located inside Northgate Mall in Tullahoma. Since 1931, Merle Norman Cosmetics have been researched, developed, manufactured, and packaged in the USA, using the highest quality ingredients and unmatched customer service to help women look and feel better about themselves.
Hi there, I'm Christy Almacher, owner of Merle Norman. I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about Merle Norman products. We have a large line of skincare and cosmetics for all skin types. Merle Norman's motto is try before you buy, so we'd love for you to come in, talk to us about your concerns, try the products, and we want you to feel good when you leave here, so we hope to see you soon.
Want to feel good in your skin? Visit Merle Norman in Northgate Mall, Tullahoma.
On the train test range, the search for any possible weakness continues. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Hello, my name is Joe Stroop with Stroop Sack Refrigeration. I'm here to talk to you about a couple incentives that are going on between now and the end of the year. First is your federal tax credit up to $300. Secondly, 0% financing up to 15 months on XL products. Third, fall promotion up to $1,100. Finally, $500 incentives from your local power distributor. Please give us a call at 455-8757. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Excalibur limousine provided by AAA Limousine Service, and these are the South Jackson Gatsby girls, starting the promotion for the Great Gatsby Gala that will be held at South Jackson June 7th, 2014. Get your party hat on, folks. It's gonna be a ball. What about it, girls?
Here's to ya.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we're pleased to have joining us on the stage now Dr. Dan Lawson, who is Superintendent of Tullahoma City School Systems. I gave you a warning heads up. Do you remember earlier?
Right.
You've had a lot of folks that have graduated from Tullahoma High School and went on to do great things. Quick test to you. Give me some names here.
Yeah, I think we've had a number who've done tremendous things. Of course, Katie Brock was the America's Distinguished Young Woman. Bryan, who will be on later in the show, is now pitching for the Pirates. We have kids who have provided leadership at the University of Tennessee in terms of being the drum major when Cody Strickland had that role.
Yeah.
So I think the real neat thing about our program and what we offer in Tullahoma City Schools is the fact that we truly have opportunities for kids to excel in all facets of their life. So we have some great young scientists, some great young doctors. We have folks in the arts who are doing tremendous things, as well as athletes. So we're terribly proud of what our kids have done, and prouder still of the future that awaits our kids.
You mentioned one important name there, and that, of course, was Chandler Lawson, who did quite well this also.
You know, Chandler has done fine. I failed to mention her, but obviously she's another of the crop that really had value added to her as a result of her experiences in Tullahoma City Schools. And like you, enjoy having a bright young daughter who has done very well with her educational experiences.
Yes, and I hear time and time again, and that was certainly the case with my own daughter, that when children leave Tullahoma High School, young adults leave Tullahoma High School, and they go to college, they're so much better prepared than the vast majority of other children in the state. That's a plan, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think a driving force, one of the things that we think is terribly critical, you have a lot of folks focused on TCAP assessments, focused on interim assessments along the way. We're really a lot more focused on how a child enters and how they exit several years later, in making sure that they're prepared for the workplace, prepared for a collegiate experience, prepared for a well-rounded life. And to that end, I think here's an area that I'd like to add for just a second. We would love to have potential employers spend some time requesting transcript of our kids, because one of the biggest concerns that we will hear when folks hire people is that soft skills are deficit. In other words, they get to work late, they don't call in.
Right.
If we take a look at those transcripts and you look at the attendance that our kids have performed at, you're going to realize that that's a pattern of behavior that is predictable. So if you tell kids that it's really important that you be on time, please ask for that transcript and take a close look at that.
Sure, makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Makes a lot of sense. You are embarking now on something which I think is probably, or at least to me, appears to be a big deal in our school system, and that is you're getting ready, I think, to start moving in the direction of e-books. Is that correct?
Right. Let me give you a status report on where we are with e-books. I've got a group of about 10 teachers who right now are involved in writing curriculum. So they are spending their release time, they're working together with some technological help to write materials in the social studies. In addition, we have probably 700 Chromebooks that we have put in place this year. The biggest single number has been at East Lincoln, followed by where we are at Farrah, and then finally we have another order that's been affected for Bel Air. We think the real advantage to that is that we have children with a 2.5-pound textbook, which is a nice advantage, but we add to that the issue of filtered access to the internet wherever the children go, and as they're looking at research material, they do it on their Chromebook. As they're looking at a tool to provide their homework, they type it on their Chromebook. It is the access point to the internet and the access point to their school experience. Certainly, as we look at wanting to upgrade materials, we make that upgrade in one spot, we push it out almost instantaneously, and we have the most up-to-date textbook materials for our kids that's available anywhere. We've got, we're in the first phase of that. We think it's going to take about 3 years to make it happen. It's going to take a lot of money, and it's going to be a sustained long-term effort, but we certainly think it's going to be worthwhile. And the feedback that we're getting from the kids today has been terribly positive. It suggests that everyone now has access, and it provides a great deal of equity in terms of educational resources that we didn't have 2 or 3 years ago. Now, we've had some wonderful partners. As we started rolling this out, we talked to the Housing Authority and said, we're going to send some books home, send some e-books home, but we really need to have internet access. Jim Rock and his group have been very excited about our vision, bought into that, and have provided Wi-Fi access. So our kids have literally the same access at school, in subsidized housing, at McDonald's, at the public library. Any number of resources in the city have been available, and all are terribly excited about this transition.
So everybody's going to get one of these. It doesn't matter if you're a little bit economically challenged or whatever. You're providing one to all these students. Is that correct?
Our vision has been, in fact, that the most positive part of this is going to be to make a real inroad in parts of our community that don't have the same resources as others. So we began at East Lincoln Elementary, where, excuse me, about 9 out of 10 kids are on free and reduced lunch.
Right.
So we think that's going to be a real tool that provides some equity that didn't exist before.
It's just unbelievable to me to imagine that kids can do that, because if you remember in our day, or in my day in particular, you had to go to the library, or you know, you needed a set of encyclopedias and that sort of thing. But there's huge amounts of information out there for these children now.
Jim, I think when we think about that encyclopedia, when we were in secondary school, when I went to a collegiate environment, I did my first computer programming class, and I remember walking across the campus of the University of Missouri with a stack of key punch cards that had to be in the right order.
Right.
And it's just such a different world today to think about the fact that I put a more powerful device that can do more in the hands of a third grader. It's a neat thing.
Absolutely. And you're in year one of what you think is going to take about 3 years.
We think it will take 3 years to flesh it out. It's costing us about $420 a unit to put that tool in kids' hands. Now, at first blush, that's a scary number, and we think, how in the world can we afford this? But it's important to understand that our average textbook today is costing about $100 a unit.
Really?
Absolutely,
Yeah. Okay.
Absolutely.
And you know, and what's really exciting is the fact that you mentioned you can update information that you want them to know yourself, right? Or
yes, we do.
Someone within the system.
We have one person within our technology department who can update that information and then push it out without touching the computer, broadcast that out to each of the computers, and update that computer almost instantly.
My goodness, times have changed.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Dan, thank you so much for
always
coming
great to
by
be here.
It's
Thank
a pleasure
you.
to see you again. All right, exciting stuff indeed. All right, we'll be right back in just a moment, folks, with more living right after this.
The highest standard of trust offers a sense of safety and comfort. It's established over time. You know when you see it. You know when you feel it. There's a standard of trust in healthcare. It's the Joint Commission Gold Seal of Approval. In 2003, Life Care Center of Tullahoma voluntarily achieved this accreditation and maintains it still today. Life Care, meeting a higher standard because residents matter most.
Have you heard that little voice that beckons you to come home to Tennessee? Well, here's your chance. Here's a property offered by its owner. It's 20 miles from the National Walking Horse Celebration grounds in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and only 10 minutes away from the Jack Daniel Distillery in Lynchburg. It's located at 769 Shipman Creek Road. This property has over a 5,300 square foot home on 45 acres, and a sprawling 200 acres is also available. Let's take a look at the house. Built in 1998, this home has 4 bedrooms and 3.5 baths. This home offers wide open views, featuring the main floor with over 2,700 square feet of living room, an eat-in kitchen, a formal dining area, and a massive 20 by 19 master bedroom with a master bath and fireplace included. There is craftsmanship at every turn, solid cherry cabinets, built-in cherry shelves, and other solid cherry appointments. It's a 2-story home with 3 nicely sized bedrooms upstairs. Down a spiral staircase, the basement hosts a 40 by 40 den with a handcrafted bar. We're leaving the jukebox here, folks. The basement is a recreation room on steroids. There are too many closets to count and more than you'll ever need. There are so many places in this home to find peace that you'll seldom want to leave it. But when you do, you'll discover up to 200 acres of paved roads with city water. The property is quilted with streams, woods, ponds, and open pasture. The view from the porch alone is enough to say you're home. The property includes a 3-bay heavy construction shop and plenty of room to build stables and graze livestock. If Tennessee's been calling you home, start your journey by calling this number. A property like this comes on the market but once in a lifetime. We think you'll love it. We think you'll stay. This is a very real estate.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham from the News Channel 5 Weather Center. Look to Jim Fuller and crew for local news night here on Channel 6.
Welcome back to Living. I'm Marilyn Ewing. Unfortunately, several individuals in the Bedford County area have been missing as far as 1999. Shelley Mook, Gage Daniel, Chloe Lefford, also Antonio Taylor, and Bobby Smelser, all are individuals in that Bedford County area. Still some continuous search efforts due to lots of individuals, lots of organizations and such, and heightened awareness for the Bedford County area. In fact, a brand new billboard just going up in the Shelbyville area. So that certainly heightens awareness. We are very fortunate to have with us as guest today on the show Jesse Julian. He is with several organizations. I know that the Bedford County Rescue, maybe Clay County Rescue, UAW as
yes,
well.
Out of Nashville.
Yes, out of Nashville. So welcome to the show, and want to say that I commend you and your organization's efforts for what you're doing to continue to search and try to find these individuals. So hats off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I know it's been a long process. I started with the case of Bobby Smelser back in 2010
Yes.
when he went missing.
Yeah.
And since then I picked up Antonio Taylor, and then after that we've had Shelley Mook go missing, and you know, all three of them cases together, and then back in 2012 the kids went missing.
Absolutely.
And since then we've also had a few others have gone missing as well.
Yeah.
But those two have been recovered.
Exactly. None of these cases are alike at all. Every single case is different. For instance, speaking of the kids, Gage and Chloe, this was a result of a house fire actually last year, and these two angels just didn't appear through that.
No skeletal remains or nothing.
Yeah. So very devastating on the families and such. In speaking with you just a moment ago, I was asking, there are several events throughout the year, special events, there are vigils and such. I've been a part of some of those activities and such. Anything going on as far as you see?
Right now, I know the TBI is working on some hot leads right now for Shelley Mook. I know for a fact that, you know, every day they're working on them.
Right.
And right now I think that the one that they've got now, I hope it leads to some justice.
Right. From the time that you actually started working these cases and such through today, have things differed as far as your bells and whistles, things that you're needed to assist you? For instance, we were talking about the dogs.
Correct.
You have access to those.
Right now, the areas that we've searched, you know, we can actually eliminate them. The dogs have actually helped us. So now we're trying to get more areas to cover, more leads, more areas to cover,
right,
to search them, and hopefully we can find something or eliminate it.
Right. Is this including water and land?
Yes.
On foot? So
water, land, we've got divers, specialized divers.
Right.
Nothing else, we can call divers in from other counties.
Oh, absolutely. What's the actual radius? Is there a certain radius that you're actually searching as far as to Murfreesboro, to Davidson County, or to Murray County, you know, and things of that nature?
The radius that I've searched has been from Bedford County to Rutherford County. I've been into Rutherford County to search. Really didn't have any luck, but you know, we can eliminate it.
Yeah.
Beach Grove area, we've been out there. We've been pretty much all around Bedford County.
Exactly. Tell me about the leads. Are you getting more and more leads and such?
Each time that the media comes out, interviews, brings up these cases, we have more leads come in through the Shelbyville Police Department, Bedford County Sheriff's Department, TBI. They all follow up on them.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter how small they are, you know, it could be a piece to the puzzle.
I know that things that you do several interviews throughout the state and such. The Shelbyville Times-Gazette did a very nice piece just the other day. And of course that heightens the awareness.
Yes.
That seems to bring top of the mind awareness to the public. And that's where maybe leads come in.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know, someone may think of something, hey, something has happened or something like that.
Right.
And That's how the leads start coming in.
Yeah.
And the smallest piece of the puzzle could be, what they're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
To put everything together.
Exactly. Kind of a crazy question, but how are the families doing? I know Christy Smelser. I think she is sister of Bobby.
Yes, she is an advocate of the missing. She's actually helped us plan and organize the events as far as the vigils, the march that we've done. The families are holding up great. Our biggest thing is we all want closure for each of the families, and right now we can't really have closure because we don't know exactly where they are or what has happened.
Yeah. Are there other tools, those bells and whistles that you really are needing, whether it be manpower or anything to assist you more?
Basically, right now, the only thing that would help us is more leads right now for law enforcement.
Yeah.
And after that, I could get the resources that's needed.
Right. You work very closely with the Shelbyville Police Department, the Bedford County Sheriff's Department and such. These are great guys and gals
Yes.
on the forces there. So
they're absolutely, been tremendous to us and all the leads. We just take and turn them over to them.
I mentioned at the beginning of the program the fact that the new billboard has just gone up there in Shelbyville across from the law enforcement offices, the Sheriff's Department in Bedford County.
I believe it was Wednesday.
Yeah, so a great asset. There again, awareness to the public. So
I know the families were very thankful. The Caleb there's a foundation that has actually funded that for that to be placed.
Yeah, very good. For information, individuals may have some type of a tip or a lead. Is there a particular phone number or such?
You can call the Shelbyville Police Department at 931-684-5811. Bedford County Sheriff's Department at 931-684-3232. Or you can also contact the TBI at 1-800-TBI-FIND.
Well, Jesse, it's always great to speak with you. I know that you make a lot of these types of appearances, so keep going forward in that search effort, you and the organizations that you're connected with, of course, all of the sheriff's departments and police departments as well. So we certainly want closure for the families of those individuals. Shelley Mook, Bobby Smelser, Antonio Taylor, and the kids, those precious kids, Gage Daniel and Chloe Leverett. So hopefully
it's very heartbreaking that, that we don't have anything out there to go on, or the families are very devastated that,
absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us for another segment. Jesse Julian has been our guest with the UAW, also working with the Clay County Rescue Unit as well as the Bedford County Rescue Unit as well. That's another segment. Stay tuned. More living coming up right after this.
Let the Smokehouse be your mountain getaway destination in beautiful Monteagle, Tennessee. Enjoy our cabins, restaurant, and old general store. Shop thesmokehouse.com featuring homemade barbecue sauces, jellies, and many other fine Tennessee products. Our live Music on the Mountain series features some of the best local and Nashville talent every Friday and Saturday night, 6:30 p.m. No cover, kids welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please, for the following public service announcement. He's back! The Watkins Man is back, bringing his world-famous Watkins products to 104 East Lauderdale Street in Tullahoma, where Richard and Stephanie Carpenter have opened the area's only Watkins store. Since 1886, Watkins has produced all-natural products, starting with the pain liniment and now including soaps, oils, creams, scrubs, royal jelly, beeswax, supplements dedicated to natural health and pain management, cover total external and internal body care. And don't forget the world-famous spices, extracts, teas, and cooking ingredients. With too many products to list, know that all Watkins products are 100% natural, using the highest quality ingredients obtainable. Always remember, with Watkins, when you buy the best, you use less.
To rid yourself of body pain, stiffness, and stress while increasing circulation, visit the Balance Spa in Shelbyville at 731 North Main Street, or have them visit you at your office for a chair massage. Simon Cow and Maria Keys Gammon give a professional full-body foot or chair massage that makes you feel like new. Call owner Linda Hackle Brown at 931-639-4885 to set your appointment today.
How long has it been since you raced a cheetah? Are your tornado creating skills getting rusty? Tired of being the only one in your neighborhood who hasn't built a dinosaur? Sounds like it's time to visit the Hands-On Science Center. The Hands-On Science Center is an indoor science playground. In this museum, please touch is the rule. Join us for weekly science demonstrations on space, lasers, lizards, rocks, and a whole lot more. No two visits are ever the same, so visit often to see our ever-changing exhibits and demonstrations. The Hands-On Science Center, 101 Mitchell Boulevard in Tullahoma.
I'm meteorologist Leland Statham, and you're watching Just Plain Living here on Charter Channel 6.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very excited today to have two young people with me that are just phenomenal. What else can I say? One of them's my son, Jacob Gray, and the other one is his fiancée, Cindy Jolly. And they are known as Rooster and the Red Maiden. Welcome to Rooster and the Red Maiden, to the living show and the audience. How you two doing?
We're doing great.
Doing good. Have a good holiday so
Awesome.
far?
Doing
good. Well, good. And the reason they're here today, folks, is they are doing a show. They're producing their first show at South Jackson Civic Center. It's going to be on January the 19th at 2:30 in the afternoon. It's called Locally Grown. And that is GROAN. And just give us a little bit about how you two are doing this, and why you're doing it, and what it's all about.
Well, first of all, the name Locally Grown, your wife, Fran, came up with that. She came up with Locally Grown, and we changed it to Locally GROAN because we have songs about everyday life situations, and we think some of the little things are funny. Right. And I think it'll make the audience groan with laughter, so that's why we came up with that name.
They're going to enjoy it. It's going to be a show that's got a lot of different people in it that together, as a unit, we make people groan with laughter. Us and hopefully everyone that's there to watch it as well.
Well, this is sort of it's not a normal type show. I call it a musical variety show, because it's not just one genre of music. There are a lot of different types of music that's going to be involved. Everything from
Queen.
There you go.
The Eagles.
Queen to
the Plain White Tees.
Eagles, Sinatra.
Ingrid Michaelson.
Ingrid Michaelson. There's a whole gamut of people that are in this, and that's the combination of those is what makes it come together, and the way the songs are interrelated are what make the show what it is.
And you have a pretty good sized orchestra that you've put together for this, about 10 or 12 people.
Yes, we have horns, we have vocalists, we have instrumentalists, keyboard, percussion.
And maybe a guest appearance by a person or two.
Yeah, we have several guest appearances, and I think those will be fun.
I know who one of them is, so I guarantee you it'll be fun.
Yes.
We'll give you one clue. She is always funny.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's sort of about a trip through a relationship in a way.
Exactly. Yes, we're going to use songs that tell about the whole evolution of a relationship, all the way from finding that special someone, flirting, dating, falling in love, getting mad.
The good, the bad.
Breaking up, everything. How it all
comes to pass, but you end up with a smile on your face at the end of the day.
There you go. There you go. You two sort of met one another through being in plays. I know Jacob was in. They went through a time of being in about every play that was going on. And Cindy, of course, is an accomplished musician and violinist and cellist, and it goes on and on and on. She teaches music, and so you were playing in the orchestras, and he was on stage, and y'all kind of hooked
Well,
up. And
I made brownies. I made brownies, and he liked them, and that's all it took.
That you fits, wear it. You know, it all was good after that.
She likes to cook, he likes to eat.
Obviously, we both like to eat.
Well, all of us do. I'll tell you what, Cindy gave us a box full of confections for Christmas, Fran and me, excuse me, and we finished it last night.
Oh my goodness!
All
it was a
gone.
big old box.
Big old box. It's that stuff that you just you cannot put it down. One piece of fudge equals 4 pieces of fudge. I'll guarantee you that. One cookie equals 3. But enough about that. About the show, we just want everybody to come and participate in this and help 2 young entertainers who, again, are producing their first show to come and enjoy this. It's on a Sunday afternoon in the wintertime. What else you going to do? What we've done here is you did music on the dock at the First Christian Church during the summer.
Correct.
And did a lot of songs, and then Jacob has done some work out at Motlow. What I've done here is I've pulled a couple of parts of that, clips of that, and we're going to play those things right now, and then after that we'll be back to talk just a little bit more.
I never thought my heart could be so yearning. Why did I decide to roam? Gonna take a sentimental journey, sentimental journey home. Sentimental journey home. Sentimental journey home.
I'm crazy for trying, I'm crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving
It's very clear our love is here to stay. Not for a year, but ever and a day. The radio and the telephone and the movies that we know may just be passing fancies, and in time they go. But oh my dear, our love is here to stay. Together we're gonna go a long, long way. In time the Rockies may crumble, Gibraltar may tumble, they're only made of clay. But our love is here to stay. That's why, darling, it's incredible that someone so unforgettable thinks that I am unforgettable too. Take these lips, I want to lose them.
Get a load of these arms, I wanna use them.
Your goodbyes left me with eyes that cry. How can I ever make it without you?
You took the part that once was my heart, so why
that gives you just a little bit of an idea.
Small taste.
Of what you might see if you come to see Rooster and the Red Maiden and their performance of Locally Grown. And again, that's going to be at South Jackson Civic Center.
On Sunday, January the 19th at 2:30.
At 2:30, so write that down on your calendar. For tickets, you can call South Jackson Civic Center at 455-5321, or you can go online to www.southjackson.org and order tickets online. So again, one more time, Cindy Jolly, Jacob Gray,
Rooster,
Red Maiden,
Locally Grown. Expect to see you there. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the paint. I just knocked a tree over. This is the paint doctor. I got the color wheel. Now, you know what a color wheel is? It is the wheel at the paint works where you pick all your colors to paint your room. It could be a multicolored beard. It could be a underarm fan. You never can tell. One thing we do know is that it's time to paint. You know, you can make your wife very happy if you go to your house and paint some rooms, or you paint the outside of the house, the inside of the house. It makes them feel very good because you work hard for them and they like that. All women like to see their man sweat. You know, they do. Honeydew is what they do. And you get to do it too. So you go to the Paintworks at 1960 North Washington Street and you see David Heikkinen over there, and he's the real paint doctor. He fixes you up with color. It's so nice when the color is right. Go to Paintworks today. Martin Senor. See? Martin Senor. Right there. Martin Senor at the Paintworks. Bye, and we see you next time. I'm burning up.
Today's Charter tip, set up your parental controls. Children don't always know what they should and shouldn't watch, but parents do, and Charter can help. Charter's parental controls are easy to set up. All you need is a 4-digit PIN. Then you can lock specific titles, channels, and show ratings. Even hide program titles and block paid programming purchases. Family protection in just 4 digits. Another way Charter gives you more. Visit charter.net/tips to get started.
Welcome back. I'm so happy to be on the set with Winston Brooks. He's about the business of coordinating our community. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's right, Peggy. It's a pleasure to be back today.
It's always great to have you. There's a lot going on that you have to deal with.
So much going on. We've got a great community, and you know, just blessed to be so involved. You know, this morning I was out at the Arnold Community Council meeting, and they've got a great project that we need some help with. You know, the base out there is, you know, a unique, world-class facility, and they're having their annual awards banquet for the servicemen out there in the Air Force.
And when is that?
That's going to be in late January, January 31st. Okay. And what the Arnold Community Council is requesting right now is for donations for those awards. They're having 5 awards, 5 service awards. And if you're interested in donating to that cause, you can contact Mike Niederhauser, and his number is 247-0935. That number, 247-0935. Mike Niederhauser. You can contact Winston Brooks at City Hall.
There we go.
That's it. That's Mike Niederhauser's number.
Jot that down, and you'll take any amount of money, right?
Well, you can donate cash, gift cards, restaurant cards. One of the gas companies donated free gas refills for the year, so that's great.
Oh, that's
you know, for the people out there grilling out. Yeah, yes, right. Just anything that you think might make a good award to help out the Air Force servicemen and women out there. And you know, this meeting this morning, it's really brings the region together. There's folks from Tullahoma, all over Coffee County, Winchester, Bedford County, because it's such an important facility there.
It is an important facility, and we're very fortunate to have it in our community.
Yeah, they have over a $600 million economic impact every year on this community. So it would be a different place if it was not for the base.
So if someone does want to donate, they call this number, do they make their check out to?
They'll make their check out to the Arnold Community Council.
Community Council.
That's right.
And any amount will be welcome.
Absolutely. And so that's coming up. And then, you know, another thing that we've got coming up, one of the things that is great about this community is whenever we have a volunteer litter pickup day, our cleanup days, you know, we have a lot of people turn out and come up and help pick the trash up off the side of the streets, because the City of Tullahoma, we provide a lot of services, but we don't provide litter pickup, we don't have street sweepers. So I really want to encourage people to just take pride in the community and in their environment. Hold on to that garbage.
And you know what? When you go for a walk, take a little plastic bag.
Take a little plastic bag.
Pick up some trash along the way. I do it every day.
Exactly. I've done it, and let me tell you a little story. Saturday, I go out for a walk, and I'm just shocked. And Sunday, I drive by, and I see a couple picking up the trash. It's looking great. I'm like, you know, that really, you know, those people have pride in Tullahoma. Monday, I'm driving to work, and there's the crystal bag right in the middle of the road, and I'm just like, really?
Yeah.
And cigarette butts are litter too.
I know they are.
If you're going to smoke, manage those butts.
Pick it up.
Right.
And frankly, if you're going to walk your dog, take your little bag with you.
Absolutely.
And I think people forget to do that.
They do. You can tell a good pet owner when they get the little bag.
Exactly.
That's a sign of pride right there. And so what we're going to do is February 15th, we've got Love Your City Cleanup Day coming up. So
does that start at a special time?
It starts at 8 a.m. over at the Public Works on Maplewood Avenue, and you can report there, and they can send you out, and they will give you all the tools you'll need.
So you don't have to come with a bag; they'll have the bags
have all
for
that,
you.
and they usually have snacks and coffee there in the morning, and they can send you to a location. You can also call Public Works and report a location that needs a hot spot that needs to be cleaned up. And if you want to just volunteer your time and you don't want to report to Public Works, just go out for a walk and take the bag. Just do it every day. Make it a part of your routine.
And it ties in nicely with the fitness initiative.
That's right.
Because if you get out walking, picking up trash, you're going to get fit.
Right. Well, one of my favorite couples, and they'll probably get mad at me for mentioning them, but John and Michelle McCord, they religiously walk the neighborhood, have their bags. So they're getting fit. They're keeping the city clean, and so.
And they're setting an example not only for themselves but for their children and for other people.
And it makes you feel good.
I know, how hard is it to just pick up a little piece of
trash? It makes an
trash.
instant difference the next time you drive by there. And so speaking of Get Fit, Peggy, we've got a lot of Get Fit initiatives coming up. Another exciting year. Most immediately, we've got a Take Charge of Your Diabetes class coming up. It's a completely free class, all the books, everything, and it's going to start January 23rd. This one's going to be at CD Stamps.
CD Stamps.
And it's going to start at 5 o'clock.
In the afternoon, obviously, I guess. And when you go to that class, you're going to learn all the different things about eating, probably diet, exercise, a lot of things that help to combat
It's really an intense
6-week
class on managing diabetes, and then there's also some chronic disease states that they'll also talk about in there too. So it's a great class if you're struggling and having those challenges in your life.
Is this a class for almost any age group?
Anybody, yes, that's absolutely.
And you don't have to sign up beforehand. You just show
up.
You
do need to call. You call me at Winston Brooks at City Hall, 455-2648, and we'll take your name and sign up. We do ask that you try to make at least 4 of the 6 weeks. We also have some other classes coming up, Arm in Arm Health, which is going to be a weekly class at D.W. Wilson on Saturday mornings. It's going to start later in January. Call me at City Hall again to sign up. It's going to be led by Devin Arman, and it's going to be talking about the 4 cycles of health. And then we also have a registered dietitian, Julie Cottrell, who's going to be starting a monthly class on February 11th.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of classes coming up. We've got some 5Ks, some health fairs, fitness expos, all coming. So watch the media, the Facebook page, this channel.
Does this sometimes come out on the paper?
Comes out in the paper too,
so,
absolutely.
And if you want to go on Facebook, that would just be, what do they go to?
Yes, they go to facebook.com/TullahomaTN.
Tullahoma TN.
Of course, then they can watch.
Winston, thank you. You have so much going on.
You're
I hope
welcome.
everybody was listening, and if not, go on the Facebook page and check it out. We'll be back with more of Living.
Looking for a unique gift for someone special, or perhaps something just for yourself? Then you need to check out Grady Mac Denim Company, right here in the heart of Tullahoma. Grady Mac features the full line of men's and women's Lucky brand apparel. Stop in and check out our denim production line. Grady Mac offers a full line of outdoor sporting apparel and much more. And check out our custom fly fishing equipment, fine art, and signed sports memorabilia. There's something for everyone at Grady Mac Denim Company, the most unique store in Tullahoma.
We get closer to a world with more birthdays when we take cancer patients by the hand. We help them find answers and guidance and hope, and give them more candles to light. We're the American Cancer Society. Help create a world with more birthdays at morebirthdays.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and we were just talking about big stars, and we've got one on the show today. We're very pleased to have joining us on the set now, a big star baseball player at Tullahoma High School, Montverde State Junior College, now a big star with the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're pleased to have with us Bryan Morris, pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
You know, you were telling me before we came on the air that you live in Winchester now, is that correct?
That is correct, yeah.
Married, and you have your wife is a school teacher?
Married for 4 years, and my wife Chelsea, she's teaching at South Middle School.
Okay, all right. You know, there's one big question before we really get into the meat of this interview that I want to ask you. Once you get to be a big star, pitching in front of 100,000 people or 60,000 people, whatever it is, do you still have to carry out the trash when you come home and stuff like that?
Every year I get back, there's definitely a honey-do list waiting on me. So,
okay.
So yeah, I still take care of my husband duties and take out the trash.
Okay. You've I think just completed your first full year with the Pittsburgh Pirates, but I want to take us back a little bit to when you graduated from Tullahoma High School. You got an offer from, I think, Tampa Bay, or you got an offer from Tampa Bay, and you turned that down and went to Motlow. Yeah. That had to take a lot of guts to be able to do that. I mean, what was your motivation there?
It was definitely a hard decision because I wanted to go and play, but my dad was coaching at Motlow, and he told me that I needed an extra year to continue to get a little better, get a little bit stronger. Mm-hmm. He wanted a year with me under his wing to learn the game a little more, and fortunately it worked out better. So
I was going to ask you. It seems that's really worked out well for you.
It did.
Along the way, you spent some time in the minors. You had an injury. Tommy had to have Tommy John surgery.
September 28th, 2006, surgery day. So.
Yeah, that had to be a pretty traumatic experience for you.
That was not fun. That was my first season playing professional baseball. I was in my first year in minor league baseball. Halfway through the year, I hurt my elbow, and so I had to have surgery, and I missed all of 2007. Mm-hmm. That was the longest year of my life. Being down in Florida, away from family, not getting to play baseball, just trying to get healthy. So that definitely was a tough year for me.
I guess I hadn't thought about it, but you didn't just get to come home after you had the surgery.
No,
you had to stay there in rehab.
Well, luckily I had surgery in September, so I got to come home for about a week or so and went down for Florida for a month. And I spent 2 months at home, and then January of 2007, I went down to Florida, and I was there until September.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Was there a lot of apprehension when you got to where you could throw again? Do I still have it? Can I still do it?
There was definitely some nerves, and I was nervous to see what was going to happen. But the more I got into it, and the more I got to start throwing again, everything that all just went away. So because I could see the results coming back, so that made it easy for me.
You absolutely dominated in high school and college. Was there a transition when you went pro? Were the hitters a little bit better? And
yeah, if you think about it, when you're in high school and you're a senior, you're not just facing guys your age. You're facing guys that could be a freshman, sophomore, junior. So you could be facing a 14-year-old when you're 18. So in my case, those age players probably got dominated just because of the age difference.
Right.
Because I would have got dominated if I was 14 facing. College, I still had a really good year in college, and there was a lot of guys my age or older. But pro ball is a lot different because everybody that's in pro ball was the best player on their team pretty much. So it's you're not facing the 14-year-old freshman anymore. You're facing the guys that were dominating when they were in high school. So you're facing every high school's best player pretty much.
You know, Bryan, I want to bring up this last year's run. What in the world is it like to be? The Pirates had an incredible run this last year, and you're working out of the bullpen, the best bullpen in Major League Baseball. What was that like for you?
Well, it was something that I've never experienced before. Hopefully we get to continue and take those playoff runs every year. One game that sticks out was definitely that wild card game against Cincinnati. You have people always say, I couldn't hear myself think in different situations. That was actually what was going on. You couldn't hear yourself think because the crowd was unbelievable. It was so loud. You could feel the stadium tremble. You could feel it in your body. It was crazy.
Well, and it'd been a while since Pittsburgh had that kind of result, and the fans, the local fans, the hometown fans, and everybody was just going crazy. And I know that was fun for you guys.
They grabbed on and rode it with us. It was an incredible experience. I guess 1992 was the last playoff appearance for the Pirates, and oh man, for the fans it was definitely a long wait. I wasn't around for all that 22 years, but I really enjoyed it. So hopefully we get to keep doing it.
Well, you were telling me earlier that your bullpen pretty much has stayed solid. You'll have most of these guys back with you next year.
Yeah, the main 7 or 8 guys that we used out of the bullpen last year were all coming back into spring training, ready to compete and do it all over again.
When does that start?
For us, it's February 12th is the report day for pitchers and catchers, and then a few days later, position players to come in. So games will be start up that last week of February, spring training games.
Yeah, I know you're ready. We're mighty proud of you.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mighty proud of you.
How difficult is it to switch? You were starting pitcher all your career until recently. How difficult is it to switch to being a relief pitcher? There's probably a different mindset there.
There's definitely a different mentality. When you're starting, your mentality is go as deep into the game as you can. When you're a reliever, it's you get one out at a time.
Yeah.
Because you're probably not going to be in there that long, so you just try to do your job and get out of the inning as quick as you possibly can. And the difference though is the amount of games you can get in compared to starters. I had 60 appearances this year, and then the most starts on any of our starters had was 30. So, and I didn't have the most appearances out of the bullpen. So that just lets you know that you can get up to 70 or maybe even 80 appearances depending on what type of role you're in. So that's the difference, is being able to get your body ready to pitch every single day.
You had one game early in the year. I think you came in against Atlanta in the first inning, which is really kind of unusual for a relief pitcher. Were you thinking then that, well, I used to could go 9, can I still?
Well, I knew I wasn't going to be asked to go 9 because I had to throw 3 innings 2 days prior to that because another starter got hurt. That's one of those things where our starter got hurt. I didn't get a chance to warm up in the bullpen. I had to warm up on the game mound. Those don't happen very often. We don't like to see those types happen. I just tried to go as far as I can in those situations to help out the other guys in the bullpen, because it becomes 9 innings of bullpen work, and that can wear you down.
Do you ever get to hit? They ever let you hit?
Yeah, I got a few at bats this year. I got a base hit against Cincinnati in one of the games that I threw a couple innings in.
And that's got to make you feel good.
Oh yeah, it did. It definitely made me feel good. It kind of brought back some memories from playing at the high school and at Montlow. I ended up coming around and scoring, which ended up being the go-ahead run at the time. So we needed that run. So it was good.
That's great.
What are you looking for from the Pirates this year? What kind of season do you think you're in?
Well, we're looking to repeat what we did last year and actually go farther.
Yeah.
We all believe that we have a chance to win the World Series, so that's our goal.
Yeah, okay. Is it going to be a little easier for you now that you've got a year under your belt and maybe those crowds are not quite as intimidating as it might be?
Yeah, I'd say after having a year, I'm going to be a little more comfortable in the situations, and I'll just use last year as a stepping stone, and hopefully I'll improve on it.
Especially in the playoffs when you're looking up there and the stands are full, probably more people than you've ever played in front of in your life. Are you ever thinking, man, I can't believe I'm here in this situation?
Never when I'm on the mound.
Yeah.
Sitting in the bullpen watching the game and kind of looking around, there's been a couple times where I just think to myself, I had to pinch myself. Is this actually happening? I feel very blessed to have this opportunity. Sure. And I'll do with it whatever God allows, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
When you're standing on the mound and somebody like Big Poppy walks up and steps into the batter's box, what in the world are you thinking? I can get this guy. He's hitting 600, but I think I can get him.
You better be thinking that, or he's going to hit a home run.
He'll send you a yard.
Fortunately, I haven't had to face Big Papa yet, but I've definitely faced some all-stars,
all-star hitters.
When you're in the big leagues, obviously there are hitters that are better, but you treat everybody like they are the best hitter in the league, and you just you try your best to take one pitch at a time and try to get them out. That's what it's all about.
Confidence.
Yeah.
He has the confidence.
That's what you got to have. Bryan Morris, Tullahoma man, making us proud. As long as you're there, that'll be there.
That's right. Okay? That's right.
Well, that's good to hear.
We're proud of you.
We're switching over from being Braves fans to Pirates fans as long as you're there.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Ryan, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it very much, and good luck to you in this year's campaign.
Thank you very much, Brian. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And we will be right back with more living following these messages.
When you see the sign, The Main Event, take a close look inside at a hair studio that offers services by some of the best master stylists in Middle Tennessee. These stylists offer a list of services that compete with large city salons, from trendy cuts for men, women, and children, to the latest color techniques, including highlights and bold color accents. Other services offered include permanent hair weaving and relaxing to formal hairstyle for that special occasion. You can also give yourself a very special treat with a full makeover, including full body waxing. For your convenience, we are open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until the last client leaves happy. Call and make your appointment at 931-571-8682 or stop by our Tullahoma location at 207 North Jackson Street. Pamper yourself at The Main Event today.
Welcome back. I'm glad to be on the set today with Kimberly Lush Goodwin from Charter.
Yes, from Charter Business.
Yes, and we're going to talk about some of the great services that Charter offers to our community.
Well, we're really excited. This year we just had a speed increase, doubling our customer speed.
That's amazing.
For no additional cost. So
that's the big plus.
Yeah, that's the big plus. And of course, I know some of our competitors have taken off some channels this year, and we still have the same lineup, over 120 HD channels, so very excited to say that. I am the local charter business rep, so when you need something for your business, whether it be
call you.
Yeah,
Do
they
you
need
have
to
a
call
phone
me.
number,
I
or-
do. It's 931-472-8708.
Can you guys get that up on the screen in case we need it? Say it one more time.
931-472-8708.
And that is for businesses that want to
get a quote from
get a quote
charter
and get your
business and
service.
maybe want to talk to someone locally. Yeah.
And how far out do you guys go in this community?
Well, my coverage area is quite large. I handle Shelbyville, Tullahoma, Manchester, Fayetteville, McMinnville, and all points in between. So anywhere.
So it's a pretty wide circle
it's a pretty big
business.
territory. But I work here locally out of the office in Tullahoma, and we're located at 215 Industrial Boulevard, right past the ball fields on Highway 55. So you just turn right there, and
easy to find.
Yeah,
isn't it?
just down from the DNV. So
right. Okay. And how long have you been working with Charter?
I've been with Charter in the same position for over 3 years. So,
are you from here?
I am. I'm from this area. I'm actually from Winchester. I grew up in Winchester, went to Montlow, and have lived in this
I love
community.
it when people come back and give to their own community.
Yeah, so
That's really
lived,
nice.
I've lived in this community since 2001.
So some of the services that you all offer for businesses, what are the biggest things you offer?
Well, obviously we are a national provider of phone, internet, and television. Lots of people love our services because they're cost effective. Our commercial phone lines they start at $18.99 a month. Of course, you can layer on services on top of that.
Right.
And then our speeds now are 60, 80, and 100 meg for the internet.
Which sounds really good.
Yes, that's extremely good.
very good,
And our prices range on that internet from $65 a month to $200 a month. So it's all a matter of what you need.
What you need for your particular business.
Right. And then recently we announced that we're doing backup services, so cloud backup, where you can store your files in the cloud.
That's got to be a big plus for any business.
Well, it's definitely a layer that businesses need, so why not be, the catalyst to bring that to them. We hope to really push that this year, and those services start at $15 a month.
So you can just get anything you want from Charter that has to do with
communications. That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think that's
and
awesome.
and
we have just run out of time.
Oh, okay.
Kimberly, thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day.
We'll be back with more.
Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
We almost lost you there for a minute.
How was that running across there?
We hadn't done that in a while.
We hadn't ran anywhere in a while. We didn't know he still had it.
Good.
You know.
You did good.
I want to remind everybody of Saturday night in T.S. Monk, Jazz on Jackson.
There you go.
455-5321.
Locally grown on Sunday.
Sunday at
thank Bryan
2:30.
Morris for being with us today.
Yeah, absolutely.
What a nice young man.
He's a great guy.
That's why I was late. I was talking to Brian. He's a very
And we're
interesting
out
guy.
of here, folks. See you next time.